There's a saying that goes, as is our confidence, so is our capacity. And this is an amazing quote because it tells you everything in that short little snippet that we need to know on how important confidence is in having success and fulfillment in our own lives. Hi, my name is Keisha Dent. I'm a certified consultant hypnotist as well as a hypnotic transformation coach. And I wanted to talk today about confidence, why it is so important to grow it, to protect it, and little ways that we can do that. So, why is confidence so important? I believe that little quote that I just gave says so much. And that quote is often attributed to essayist William Hazlitt, who's a famous writer and famous critic, historical figure. However, as we know with quotes, he may or may not have said it. That's past the point. The point is in the quote itself. And again, it says, as is our confidence, so is our capacity. And what this means is your confidence will actually determine your capability to get what you want in life. The reason for this is because confidence has everything to do with our own personal limitations and our own personal boundaries. And these limitations and boundaries are constantly being placed on us. They were placed on us pretty much since the beginning of what we think we can do, what we think we can't do. And confidence has everything to do with how we relate to that. If we let the limitations keep us in place, if we choose to push against limitations, if we are determined to overcome the limitations. The confidence that we have is one thing that's going to majorly determine that. So that's why it's so important to keep that fire lit all the time. Okay. Confidence is key in determining what level of fulfillment you'll have, what level of success you'll have, what level of money, what type of relationships you'll have, what type of career you have, because it kind of sets the thermostat for what you know you can do and what you know you can achieve. And one huge key about being successful and being fulfilled in life is knowing for an actual fact that in all cases, what is going to really make you feel most fulfilled, what is really going to make you feel most successful is going to lie on the other side of a limitation, of a boundary that has been set upon you. And if you lack the confidence to think that you actually could reach over there and cross that boundary and get it, then you're likely not going to do it. You're going to remain on the comfortable and safe side of things, but yet not feel fulfilled. So it's so important in order to grow your confidence. And confidence is something that can always be worked on and always be grown. We are always having another limitation, something that we just don't know is possible for us, that we don't think is possible for us. And it's always important to continue to grow the confidence so that we keep growing and keep pushing, because I do believe that overcoming challenges and pushing through challenges is what's going to make us feel so fulfilled and so successful as people. So one thing that has always happened throughout our life since day one is criticism. Okay. From day one, since you arrived on this planet, you were basically kind of shaped into a person. You went from being this wild creature to people wanting you to be a productive member of society. And in order for that to happen, you had to be shaped. Ever since you were young, you were raised to fit someone else's image of what you should be. And though this is something that's really an unavoidable issue, the thing about it is oftentimes our confidence is one of the first things that is a casualty of this. We are often just given a whole barrage of tests, of different challenges, different expectations that we're meant to meet. And oftentimes, because we can't really be someone else's ideal version of what they want us to be, we are met with disappointment, we're punished, we're basically told we failed. Okay, failed at what? Failed at meeting other people's expectations oftentimes. But often achieving what you want in life has nothing to do with failing to meet other people's expectations. But yet our confidence often will suffer from that as a result. So because of this, we collect this often amalgamation of all of these critical and harsh voices that we encounter throughout our life that becomes something that goes in our head whenever we want to do something want to achieve something, or if we try and we fail. We have this voice that often we collectively call the inner critic that always is telling us how bad we are, how much of a failure we are, how nothing that we try is ever going to work. And this is something that can become a very, very pervasive and very cruel aspect of our own mental thinking. So the number one enemy of our own confidence is that aspect of our own thinking that's come from our past, from voices from our own past, that is now known as the inner critic. This negative, toxic, fearful voice that constantly tells us that we are a failure, that we're not going to achieve something, that nothing's going to work, and that we might as well not even try. The inner critic is a huge enemy to your confidence. And if you want to learn how to become more confident, the first thing you must do is to be mindful of when the inner critic is talking and to be able to silence, to criticize the inner critic and replace it with another voice that master hypnotherapist Marissa Peer calls the inner cheerleader, or even the inner coach, if you will. But basically, a voice of your true power, a voice of who you really are, that reminds you, not just tells you, reminds you of the truth that you can overcome limitations. You can have what you want. You can have the income you want. You can have the love and the relationship you want. You can have the career that you want. You can do it. Yes, you can do it, and you're going to do it. You are worth it. You have the ability, the capacity, the power, the knowledge. You are enough, and you lack nothing that anyone else on this planet lacks, and you are going to be able to do what you want. It's really important to be able to take away the power of the inner critic and to raise the power and install, if you need be. Many of us need to install this first and then raise the power of the inner coach or the inner cheerleader. So the first thing you need to do is to be mindful of when the inner critic is talking. The inner critic is a personification of fear. It's a personification of criticism that you receive in your life. It's a personification of all the punishment, of all the people that have tried to control you, to shape you into a perfect image that fit them, into a perfect image that fits society, which at the end of the day is not what you're here to do. It's not what you're here to be. Whenever you are feeling anxious, whenever you are trying to achieve something and you're feeling that you just can't do it, you're starting to doubt yourself, that's the inner critic talking. So the number one thing to do is be mindful of when the inner critic is talking. The number two thing to do is, when you realize that is happening, to be able to silence it. And Jack Canfield has a wonderful practice of whenever the inner critic is talking, whenever you're aware of negative, fearful thoughts in your head, to say cancel, cancel, cancel. Like literally, you can say that out loud. You can say it in your breath. You can think it, cancel it out. And to take control immediately. And to know when it's happening and to shut it down. Don't let that keep rolling. To stop it and to stop it in its tracks. And then what you're going to do instead is you're going to begin to praise yourself. It's so important to praise yourself. Praise builds confidence. And studies have shown that the praise that comes from yourself is often going to be most powerful because it is directly going right to the source, from the source to the source, praising yourself, telling yourself that you have what it takes. You absolutely are second to no one. You are going and you have the ability to do exactly what you want to do. What I would love you to do is to next time just be aware of when the inner critic is talking. When it is talking, practice the cancel it out, stop it immediately in its tracks, and just start praising it. One thing about praise is the more you do it, the more natural it actually will be. It may not feel very natural when you start it because it's not a habit. You're not used to doing it. But it's interesting. I want to note this here, how natural criticism in the form of the inner critic is. It's very natural that you can actually have praise, self-praise become that natural as well. That didn't happen overnight. Again, this was something that happened over time where you get this critical voice that robs you of your confidence. Over time, you can also create a voice that gives you and grows your confidence and creates the life that you want to do. So it all comes down to repetition and just learning to do it over and over again and keep doing it. Okay, so that is it for this video, and I want to also give you the heads up. I'm very excited. I'm putting together a new free little program, express program called Fuck Negative Thoughts. Okay, as a certified hypnotist, as a transformation coach, I know that thinking, our thoughts, are absolutely at the core of everything that we do in life, everything that we think we can't do, everything that we won't do in life. It all comes down to mindset, all comes down to our thinking. Negative thoughts have everything to do with confidence, and how we deal with negative thoughts has to do with confidence. So it's really important to be able to stand absolutely firm in our strong and positive thinking. So look out for that. It's totally free. I will definitely be rolling this out this month, and I will be giving you information. So make sure you're signed up for our newsletter for more information. Okay, so thank you so much, and that's it for this video. And remember, to change your life, you must first change yourself, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.